As an artist, there's a right way to trace, a way that is even beneficial to developing your art style and getting better at drawing. And this obviously is not the right way to trace. I don't need to go on and on about how it's dishonest to trace other people's artwork and switch it up a little to call it your own, because, I mean, everyone knows that that's not right. Unless, of course, you're doing it for personal use, but you can't post it anywhere and you can't just call it your own. Or you can't copy other ideas and just call it your own. But again, we all already know that. So the right way to trace, maybe you've heard this before, maybe you haven't, but it makes for really good drawing practice. And I'll show you how to do it. I would recommend going online, in case you haven't had this phase already through like Pinterest, going online and looking for references, specifically reference poses of real people. There's ones you'll find of like other people's drawings that are still good, but the way to get it just spot on is to find pictures of real people. And great practice even is to take pictures of yourself or of your friends or your family members making certain poses, and you can trace over that. Or, like I said, go online. There's millions and millions of resources, but I really like this website. It's called a Dorcastock. I've never had to say it out loud before. A Dorcastock. As you can tell, these are real life people wearing the perfect amount of clothing so that you can see the exact pose that they're making. If you're able to support them, I would say obviously do that. We can go through poses. We can see it's really pretty versatile. I already found a photo of someone. I think this is a really good photo. Here, I'll turn up the opacity. I think this is a good photo because it's just very plain, and you can pretty easily see his I mean, you can see like the picture of the whatever. We're gonna use this picture of this guy. So to trace, you don't just want to kind of go around the outline, kind of like that. The best way to do it is to map out what you're seeing. Now, people who are naturally really good artists or drawers, they have good eye and hand coordination, so they're able to map up already what they see, which I feel like I haven't met a lot of people that are able to do that really well, but the people who I have met, I salute you. I applaud you. It's really important to be able to map up specifically what you're seeing, because when you trace it and you map out what you're seeing, then you're able to understand and replicate it. So obviously, like I said, I'm just drawing shapes around him so I can understand where certain parts of his face are. So you see the nose, eyes, eyebrows, here's the mouth, here's an ear. And with that map, I'm able to replicate it myself because I know where the parts of the face are supposed to be. I should even probably draw a line just across the circle so then I can kind of see what it looks like, where the eye placement is. I'm gonna scroll over, move over, and again, once I'm able to have that mapped out, it's a lot easier for me. Okay, there's a circle, there's a line, there we are. I'm able to copy it. Okay, so I see the eyes are right below that line, the eyebrows are right above it, the nose is sitting right on top of, or right below the circle, just like that. And I have that. The lips are somewhere around here. So that makes sense. Anyone's able to do that, right? And that is super, super important to practice doing this. A lot even. Granted, you'll see other artists that are super successful and maybe their drawing doesn't follow such strict guidelines like this, but you know the saying, you need to know the rules to break the rules. And that is so crucial when it comes to art. So then you just want to continue doing it throughout the whole body. So you see his neck, it comes down kind of like this. I think I should raise the opacity a little more so you can see. Yeah. You see his pecs come out like this. This is important especially to learn anatomy by doing this because I need a lot of work on anatomy. I think that's something you could kind of always work on. So like I said, you are mapping it out to be able to see what you can copy. So that right there is the right way to trace. I think it would be fine if you find something like this and you just trace right over it, make your character right over it, but you always want to give credit if you're doing that. I think in the circumstance that you don't have to give credit is if you find the pose, you map it out, you practice it, you learn the anatomy of that pose and the body type and that character, and then once you replicate it on your own, then I don't really see the need. I mean, you can still give credit, like, oh, I'm learning how to do anatomy through these pose website. But at that point, that's just studying. This is what studying art looks like. This is what people pay thousands of dollars to learn in university. That's all for tracing, guys. This is a really good practice that I need to do more of as well. That I'm going to do more of as well. New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution. I have a Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi! Coffee! The link is in the description. If you would at least check it out, that would be super, super awesome. And I would love you for it. And he would love you for it. Okay,